Welcome! In this video I make a cheesy hamburger and potato casserole and serve it with steamed buttered peas. Kind of a potatoes au gratin with hamburger on top, or an upside down cottage pie, depending on how you look at it. A super simple and easy to make dinner that will not only stick to your ribs, it will feed your whole family for cheap. Oh yeah! Okay, so I'm going to get started here. Got a pound of ground beef here. Butter, some sharp cheddar cheese, can of cream of mushroom soup, some whole milk, some russet potatoes, and that's about it. That's about all we need. So I'll preheat the oven to 400 degrees. I'll start out here and weigh out my potatoes. My recipe calls for 3 cups of thinly sliced peeled potatoes, but I looked it up on the internet and that's about a pound. So I'm just going to weigh these out here. There we go. Okay, I'm not going to peel these. I'm just going to cut out any bad spots, and then I'm going to slice them up. Okay, I got my mandolin set here. I think it's about 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 inch, somewhere in there. Of course, you always want to use the hand protector guard thing, especially when you're making a video. If you don't have a mandolin, of course, just slice them up with a knife. No big deal. Big thing you want to do is try to get them all the same thickness. Thinner means they'll cook faster, so that's always good. Okay, that looks pretty good. Roughly 3 cups there. Not bad. I also need 2 tablespoons of butter, melted, so I'm just going to throw that in the microwave for about 30 seconds. Okay, my butter's melted here. Just pour that over the potatoes. Okay, we're just going to add in some salt. Mix those around good. Get them all coated with the butter and salt. Okay, I got my 9x13 baking dish. Just going to spray that with some spray oil, some canola oil. You can use whatever you like. It's going to help clean up later. The next step is just to layer the bottom of the pan with the potatoes. And as you'll see, there's not a lot of potatoes called for in this recipe. And next time I make it, I would definitely at least double the potatoes. You might as well stretch that hamburger even farther. In fact, next time I'll probably do it in a 9x13 and just make it taller with more that way it'll be more hamburgery. Just the way the recipe is written. But definitely, I think if you're going to do the 9x13, definitely do more potatoes. And I want you to put them around the sides like this. You could do this, and I start doing it here. But I'll change my mind here in a minute, and I'll put them all on the bottom. If you had more potatoes, that would make more sense. Or if you're doing it in a smaller pan. Okay, next up I'm just adding some coarse ground black pepper. Add a little more seasoning. Already got the salt on there. Okay, let's use it. Got the sharp cheddar cheese here, and this was a 1-pound block, but I used part of it already, obviously, and I need about 1.5 cups or so. I'm actually going to do some extra there. Usually got about 4 ounces in a cup of shredded cheese, so like a normal bag of shredded cheese is 8 ounces, and it's about 2 cups. So I'm going to do a bit more than that here. I want this to be really cheesy. Of course, you can use any kind of cheese you want here, as long as it's a good melty cheese. I think the sharp cheddar is actually a good choice for this because it's got a stronger flavor. Anything like this that has cheese in it is good to have the sharp cheddar if you like the stronger flavor. But if I didn't have that, I'd definitely be using my standard Mexican blend that's already shredded or something. Okay, just got that last little bit there, the part I hate, where I try not to grate my fingers. There we go. definitely more than a cup and a half, but okay, so now you might think we're going to make the hamburger mixture and put it on top with the cheese and stuff, but that's not what's going to happen. We're going to bake the potatoes first. And that's one of the things I liked about this recipe when I saw it. It's like, yeah, good, we're going to cook those potatoes first, then we can bake the rest of it just to melt the cheese and heat things up. And that way we're not overcooking everything to try to get the potatoes done. So I just baked that for 30 minutes. Okay, so now I'll get started on the hamburger here. Start cooking this, browning it up while those potatoes are baking. It's just your basic scrambled hamburger here. Brown it. Alright, I'll season this up with some kosher salt and some pepper. This is starting to cook up a little bit, releasing some of its fat. Okay, so this hamburger is pretty done here. So we need to remove the excess fat. This is up to you if you want to or not, or how much you want to remove. So I'm just going to do this using a paper towel method here. Tilt the pan up, get the grease to drain onto one side, and then soak it up with the paper towel. Obviously you can do it however you like. You can use a spoon, scoop it out, you could put it in a strainer, or you can just leave it in. Totally up to you. Next I'm going to add the cream of mushroom soup. I'm using the unsalted version. You can just use the regular stuff if you want. I just like to use low sodium or unsalted and everything, and then I can adjust the seasoning to my taste at the end, or as I'm going. All this stuff, the Campbell's soup, the standard stuff, has a lot of sodium in it. So, and then we have some milk. I'm just going to try to get the last bits out of the can. Probably a big waste of time, but old habits die hard, you know? Yeah, we'll just mix that up good. And I'm just mixing this, and I'm still kind of heating it there, because we're going to want to melt the cheese in here in a minute. Also, if you don't like the cream of mushroom soup, definitely use whatever creamy soup you like. They have cream of onion, of course. You could probably get away with cream of chicken too. Nobody would know other than the color. Of course, that's another idea, is to use like ground chicken or ground turkey. You can use cream of chicken. A little more salt here. Like I said, I use the unsalted stuff, so I'm going to be adding a bit of salt that you wouldn't do if you were using the regular soup. Or I wouldn't think you would be doing that. Give it a little taste. See how we're doing? Salt wise. Bit more. There we go. Yeah, the recipe calls for about 3/4 cup. I'm going to definitely probably add more than that. I'm going to add it till I think it's cheesy enough. And of course, 3/4 cup would be half of the cup and a half, so about half the cheese, probably. It's time to check on our potatoes here. I'm going to use my handy dandy instant read thermometer. Not only does it work good to poke them, but you can check the temperature. And we don't need these to be completely soft and mushy at this point. So, 160, 180, whatever, it's good. Because we're going to put the hamburger stuff on top and cook it some more. Okay. So let's take our hamburger soup cheese mixture here, and we'll just spread this over the top of it. I want to try to get it even, get it all coated. You're probably thinking that's not looking that appetizing at this point. But don't worry, it's going to look better here. It smells really good already at this point. Okay, now next I'm going to bake this without putting the cheese on yet. It's going to bake it for about 15 minutes. Okay, so we'll set the timer here for 15 minutes. Okay, as promised, I'm going to be doing steamed peas. Obviously, I'm just using frozen peas here. I'll add some butter a little later. It's going to cook these in the microwave. I like to cook them about halfway through and then put the butter and salt and pepper on and cook them the other half. Okay, so I'm going to take the casserole out now. It's been cooking for 10 minutes. Okay, now I'll just spread this with the rest of the cheese. And I think the amount of cheese that they specify in the recipe, which is 1.5 cups, would work good if you were baking this in an 8x8. So next time when I try this and I cook it in an 8x8, I'll do less cheese probably, because you don't need as much. Maybe I won't though. Maybe I'll just use much. And now we'll just get that back in the oven. Melt that cheese. I'll just bake that for like 5 minutes. Okay, I got some parsley here. Just going to chop some up for a little garnish on the top. Make it look fancy. And I'll just set that right there. Alright, all nice and melted. Now, if you wanted to, you could cook this a little bit longer and get a little browning on the cheese. But I think it's pretty good right now. I'm just going to spread some parsley on top. Add a little color to it. And I always like to position my little cup of parsley there near where I'm going to put the pan so that I don't forget. Because half the time I'll chop it and then I'll just forget that I got it, chopped it to put it on there. Okay, so I'll get my plate here. Grab me a bunch of this. Nice creamy, gooey hamburger potato casserole here. Doesn't that look tasty? Smells wonderful. Okay, grab me some of these peas. Some steamed buttered peas. Okay, got my plate here with my cheesy hamburger and potato casserole and my steamed buttered peas. Grab a bite of this. Doesn't that look wonderful? Oh yeah, man, that is just ultimate comfort food right there. Get some of these peas. Oh yeah, definitely very good. Hope you give it a try. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell to let YouTube know this is the type of content you like to watch. Comments are welcome.